And these are the type of days and nights that you dream about as a football fan and as a betting fan. First and foremost, welcome into DTL Primetime Live. We are here before every single primetime game tonight, counting down to a big one in the AFC. The Bengals on the road about 50 miles from where I'm sitting right now at SoFi Stadium to take on the Chargers. Now, before we even get started, you guys know we're a family. You guys know we're a crew. You guys know everybody in the chat that hits the like button on the way in. We're all together, and we've built this thing. I need everybody because this show, the next 30 to 60 minutes, they're going to be dedicated to our good brother, Raphael. He is currently sitting in a hospital with some serious family issues. So can you let Raphael know, who's watching right now, just how much we're thinking about him tonight here at Prime Time Live? Now, in the meantime, we've got some late games, some updates right now. The Broncos, my third cash ticket of the day. They blow out the Falcons, a first-place Atlanta team, 38-6. That just went final. Now, two other games. Seahawks have the ball, a minute to go, down 4 in San Francisco, about at the 35-yard line. And then, of course, the one that could make this hat come off tonight, the Chiefs, a ridiculous touchdown just now as Mahomes was going to his right, then thread one to the back of the end zone. About 6 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go. We're going to sweat it live here. 23-21. The Bills were favored by 2.5. I have them in a teaser at 8.5. So still a lot on the line tonight. So with all that being said, on Sunday nights, I got the best crew in the building. It is time for the picks. And as we were playing that music, Geno Smith scrambles inside the red zone as the Seahawks now 39 seconds to go, one timeout, down 4, a chance to win it. They were getting 6, so second week in a row, the Niners will not cover. So look who I got here tonight. First and foremost, I got to go to South Florida. His team's starting to look pretty good these days. Miami, a big win today. Tua, a good effort today. Good evening, Z-Man. How are you?
Good evening, everybody. See what you're trying to do there is you're trying to reel me in with that's called the rope-a-dope. All right, I don't fall for the rope-a-dope. The Dolphins are 4-6. What are we talking about here? We're getting excited about 2 wins against some of the worst teams in the league, including today against the Raiders. I'm supposed to get excited over here at 4-6. I mean, how far are we falling? So I'm not falling for that rope-a-dope. And then next week as well, Coach, they play the Patriots. Pete, you're going to keep trying to bring me in. I'm not coming back in. This is not a playoff team.
Well, right now, you're only 5th in the wild card race. You're not that far out of it. I mean,
they're one game back. They're one game back of Denver, but you got the Colts there you're in the mix with. You got the Bengals you're in the mix there. There's no reason to believe this team goes on a run. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, it's great to have you tonight. You know how much we love you here. Now, next, he's got kind of his attention is in 2 different places. He's the only 5-star chef in the game. Seabass, good evening, sir.
Evening, Coach. Evening, crew. I'm over here cracking up at the chat. No, I'm not in a castle. I'm in my basement this evening, but I am dressed and ready to go to the club again for the second time. Coach, maybe one day we'll get you there. Hopefully that hat stays on. But, yeah, how about Bo Nix today in the Broncos? Man, they're looking sharp, aren't they?
They are looking sharp, 38-6. And how about this quick update? The Seahawks have scored a touchdown in San Francisco, 20-17, 12 seconds to go. My goodness, if you're a 49ers fan right now, and where is Big Cheesy? What a debilitating win. AB, let me come over to you. I didn't think the Seahawks could get it done, and they're going to get it done in 12 seconds.
Yeah, so first off, my man Seabass looks like he's on the cover of Drake's Take Care album. Looking sharp. I love it. All right, number 2. Look, man, like, what do you do if you're the 49ers and you got to think about what do you do with Brock Purdy, right? His contract's coming up, right? Now, it was cool when he wasn't making any money. Now he's going to want some money. It's like, buddy, the reason you're here was the anti-money move, and now you want it, and we're not winning. We've let go of quarterbacks before. I'm fascinated with that one.
It really, really is. Today he's 20 of 27, only $157, 1 touchdown. By the way, Christian McCaffrey, 19 attempts, 79 yards on the ground, 27 in the air, but it looks like it's all going to be for naught as the 49ers will lose at home, debilitating. And finally, our man, Big Tommy C, your Giants are off today, but never fear. Your other New York team is here to blow it again, 28-27. The Jets lose. Good evening, sir.
What's happening, Coach? What's happening, fellas? Can we finally put to bed that the Jets are not going to the playoffs? I don't want to hear WFAN tomorrow morning saying there's still a possibility. No, you have a 40-year-old quarterback, and he looked like it today. They took a timeout on the defense. Can't figure that out. And if you saw the end of the game, it was a crap show right then and there, and they are not going to the playoffs.
He fumbled late. He then throws a dump off over the middle to a running back with no timeouts remaining and about 20 seconds. That's an amateur move. It's a rookie move. And Aaron Rodgers, you guys, as Z-Man likes to say, you guys.
Team sucks.
Hey,
Low key.
we tried to tell him. They slept on Anthony Richardson. Almost 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Whoop that ass.
AR-15.
You got to watch the morning show live, did we not? I said he would be pressing the issue. That's exactly what he did, and he scored the game winner with his legs today, 28-27. All right, the Bills inside the 50. We'll keep our eye on that one as they're up by 2, about 6 minutes to go. All right, gentlemen, let's turn our attention now to tonight. It's a pivotal game in the AFC. You've got the Bengals, who the last 2 games, Joe Burrow, 9 touchdown passes. The Chargers, the books think this one is basically dead even. AB, I'll start with you. They're giving one the total at 48.5. And this is a tale of 2 teams. One plays good defense. The other one does not. Your take.
Yeah, you're looking at a Chargers team that if you watched Michigan last year, that's what they do, except they're even more efficient. Top 10 rushing defense, top 10 passing defense. They can get after your quarterback. They're only allowing 13 points per game this season. They haven't given up more than 21 points to an opponent all season. This Chargers defense is for real, and they lead the league, one of the top in time of possession too. This game will come down to the Chargers offensive line. If it's handling business, good luck, man.
Let me throw this out there for everybody, so everybody at home understands the way the wins-losses go with the Chargers. Throw out last week, Tennessee scored a late touchdown to score 17, but they had 10 all the way up until like the last minute. So you take that game out. The 3 losses that they've allowed at least 17, 17, and 20 this year, they lost. The other games, they won. Less than 17, they win the ball game. So, Z, let me come over to you. This is a completely different team with Jim Harbaugh in charge. And Justin Herbert's, he's a 5-star quarterback, but he's even playing within that offense now.
Yeah, I'm going to go down with the ship, though. You know, I've been talking the Bengals up the entire season. The Chargers should win this game. They're a power football team. That's Harbaugh's style. That's what Harbaugh has brought. You know, that's what he was in San Francisco. That's what he was at Michigan. And that's all of a sudden, like, look how quickly the Chargers, their entire MO has flipped, where Chargers have been a soft team forever. I mean, even dating back to when Phillip Rivers was the quarterback. And it's the same thing with Herbert. But now you go look at Herbert's numbers. They don't throw nearly as much. They are a power football team. They want to run the ball. They want their offensive line to smash you. I think this is a great game tonight. But like I said, I'm going to go down with the ship. There's really no reason to keep believing in the Bengals. But I was on their tip when the season started. So I'm going to hang with them.
I love the dedication to the takes previous to week number 1 with Z down there in Miami. Now, Seabass, let me come over to you, because you can talk about the defense with the Chargers and, a big first down for the Bills inside the 35. Clock runs, 4 minutes to go. Shakur is down. But the Bengals, when you look at them 7 times this year, 7 times, 51, 71, 58, 79, 54, 65, 69, 70% of the time they have scored over, or combined, there's been over 50 points when the Bengals play. If they can just stop somebody a little bit, they've got a chance to win tonight, and they have to if they want any shot at a wild card spot. Oh, no. Oh, that'll cost you. That'll cost you.
I haven't been on Sunday night in a while. Anyway, so listen, I love the Bengals. I'm with Z-Man. I'm still with the Bengals. The Chargers, yeah, they have a great defense, but who have they really played? New Orleans looked good early, but they've fallen off lately. Arizona, Pittsburgh, sure, Kansas City. But the rest of the teams that they played don't really have that much of an offense. I think they struggle tonight against the Bengals.
And Big Tommy, let me come to you, because when you look at the AFC side, if you're a team that's average or below average, you want to be an AFC team, because over on the NFC side, the 3 wildcard teams have 8 wins, 7 wins, and 7 wins. But now in the AFC side, you've got Denver that after they win today only have 6 wins. So it's a chance. What do you make of this particular matchup, though, tonight?
Well, both teams need it. That's the ironic part of this whole thing, Coach. The Chargers need it and the Bengals need it. And believe me, if the Bengals string off like 4 or 5 wins in a row, there is nobody, and I mean nobody, will want to play them in the playoffs, especially your KC Chiefs, Coach.
Look at you throwing that out there today. Bro, I don't want to play anybody. I'll admit it right here that I do a lot of things for show purposes only, and we've been skating by week after week after week. So if we lose today or to anybody else, I can't act like I'm surprised. I'm just lucky to be 9-0 at this point. All right, gentlemen, we've got some best bets to get to. And as I sweat my 4-0 day, AB, I would love to come over to you to start tonight, because we've been really good in prime time as of late. So, producer man, I need to see the screen, and AB, start us off.
Let's start off with a fun bet here. Bengals Chargers over 2.5 turnovers. If you've never bet this before, it could be interceptions, it could be fumbles. Either team, doesn't matter. We just need to get to 3, and here's how we're going to do it. We're going to talk about the no-fly zone, but understand this. Joe Burrow is going to be under pressure tonight because the Chargers defense gets after the quarterback. This is a Jim Harbaugh old school. There's no gimmick in this defense. It's just a damn good defense, right? So we could see fumbles. We could see picks tonight. We'll break it down exactly, but just as a nice little pre-Thanksgiving appetizer, over 2.5 turnovers. Let's have some fun.
And we do have the no-fly zone coming up in a matter of moments. Now, I did something here to kind of show you guys how important the afternoon truly is. So I called Tommy about 3 hours ago. I said, what are you playing? He goes, I like the Bengals plus 1.5. But look what's happened in the last 3 hours. Z-Man, I said, wait until closer to showtime. And sure enough, it moved to +1. So, Tommy, let me go with you right now, knowing it's +1, but knowing there's been live movement all over the place. It's essentially a pick 'em. Why do you like the Bengals tonight?
I love the Bengals tonight. Everybody talks about the Chargers defense, but do you realize the quarterbacks they have played in all their wins? Young, the quarterback from the Raiders, Minshew, Nix, Rattler, Winston, none of these guys, and I say none of these guys compared to Joe Burrow, who's playing the best ball right now in the NFL. And that offense is going to move tonight. I feel sorry for Derwin James, man. He's going to have to be playing the middle of that field all night long. The other problem you run into is Cincinnati's defense is just Swiss cheese. So the Chargers will have a chance to score on them.
No doubt about it. We are final in San Francisco. The Seahawks have gone into their stadium and got the job done. So the 49ers continue to struggle. Who knows? No George Kittle today. Now, let me come over to Z, because you're putting together a little same-game parlay, a teaser, and you're taking the Bengals up to 7. Talk to me.
Yeah. So I told you I'm going down. I'm sticking with the Bengals, but this proves I'm a little bit soft. All right, because I'm not just straight up taking the Bengals. Like, I'm a little bit soft, not a lot of it, a little bit. So I'm gonna do a tease. I'm gonna protect myself. So Bengals +7, standard 6-point teaser. I know the Bengals are gonna score points. All right. So you know what? Let's tease down the total as well. Bengals +7, over 42.5, standard 6-point teaser -120. Come on, green check mark.
Come on, green check mark is right. And if any of you out there still, if your book still has it at 1.5, even better. It takes you through that always important number of 7. 3, 7, and 10 are the really important numbers. And if you can, you don't have to, because I love this play at +7. If you can, get it on a 0.5 point, because this would be a push at 7. But I'm with you, Z. I think the Bengals actually won on the field tonight. I really, really do. All right, let me come over to you, Seabass, because you're going with the Bengals, but only in the first half. You're up.
Coach, I love everything that Tommy just said. The Chargers haven't faced a great offense like Cincinnati. Joe Burrow has been hot. I like him to continue that trend. Cincinnati's done over 10.5 in all but 3 of their games this year. While I get it, the Chargers haven't allowed anyone to score over 10 in the first half, but the Bengals, they're number 6 in points. They're number 4 in pass yards per game. I just don't know that the Chargers defense has been tested in a way that's going to be able to keep Cincinnati out of the end zone early.
You wonder, as we talk about game script, if the Bengals can get out to an early lead, then maybe, just maybe, the Chargers will have to come out of their normal game plan, which has been run, pass when they need to. I mean, when you look at Herbert, guys, he's only thrown over. I mean, he's had 5 games where he went under 200 yards. So they're certainly not using his arm at all. So we'll see what the game script is tonight. All right, producer man, flip it over to the props. We're going to do things a little bit different here tonight. So as the Bills have hold that phone. There you go. So the Bills are lining up to go for it on 4th and 2. Nobody write anything in the chat. Nobody react. We've got the props on. Let's bring everybody else. Let's sweat this thing together. That's what we can do here at DTL. And
not supposed to react to that.
Touchdown Bills. Touchdown Bills. So that's the way it goes. Oh, that sucks. And that was Josh Allen just ran through the entire Chiefs defense. Good job, defense. So this hat's going to come off in about 2 minutes and 17 seconds. And that's fine. I'm a man of my word. But that was a great decision by the Bills. Awful defense by the Chiefs. So it's going to be, and by the way, my teaser at 8.5, very much in peril. Very much in peril. All right. So producer man, that's my fault. Put everybody back up, because basically I know we have the interception prop, so that's on me. So we've got to do the no-fly zone before we do the interception props. That's the only way it works. So ladies and gentlemen, you guys know what time it is. Every single primetime game, we bring in my absolute very best. We dissect, we break down everything, the 2 quarterbacks, and tonight you've got 2 great ones in Joe Burrow and Mr. Herbert. So ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the one and the only no-fly zone.
Let's start here with the Cincinnati Bengals offense. Now, take a look here. This was the thriller against the Ravens on Thursday night. 34 of 56. We said that night that he was going to throw all night long. And the reason being is that the Ravens have the worst pass secondary in the NFL. All right. Now, here's the problem. The Chargers keep the ball. So don't expect this type of quantity of passes. But you can see Joe Burrow can make every throw in the NFL. Now, the Chargers secondary, okay, it's all over the place. But again, their pass defense, 9th in the NFL. Rush defense, 9th in the NFL. Time of possession offensively, top 5 in the NFL. This team doesn't beat itself. So what they do is keep the ball away from you. So expect these numbers to go down here for Burrow. Now, flip this thing over here and take a look. Burrow's tough areas are going to be intermediate middle, intermediate right, and right at the line of scrimmage in front of them. And I'll tell you why. Because the Chargers are going to abuse their offensive line and get after Burrow, and they're going to force him and flush him out of the pocket. So you see that he can throw deep. Burrow's one of the best that we've ever seen. The problem is it's tough to do it when you don't have any time. So they're going to have to bring in tight ends. They're going to have to bring in running backs to chip and pass pro all night long. Now, flip this thing over. You are going to see the game scripts for the Bengals here, all right? Everything we just laid out. Short pass attempts up. Again, Joe Burrow might not have a lot of time. So what you have to pay attention to are the receivers, running backs, tight ends that are 5 yards and in from the line of scrimmage. All right. Choice option routes. Think that. Now, watch for the sacks, which bring holding calls. Watch the holding calls tonight. It could get out of hand, which forces Joe Burrow and the Bengals to play instead of 3rd and 6. It's 3rd and 16. Changes the entire dynamic of the game. Running back to wide receiver number 2, wide receiver number 3. Receptions are going to be up. We'll talk about that in just 1 second. And then finally, quarterback rush attempts and yards up. Do you remember a few weeks ago when the Bengals played the Giants? Giants were one of the best teams in the NFL at getting after the quarterback. Joe Burrow ran for like 70 yards because they flushed him out. 3.5-star rating for Joe Burrow to throw a pick. Now, flip this thing over here. Here's a trivia question, Coach. You ready for this?
Yes.
How many interceptions does Justin Herbert have this season?
Oh, God, I did so much work on this. But this is one number, I'll be honest. I'm going to say 1 or 2, very low.
One pick this entire year. He's incredibly efficient. Right-handed quarterback. Look at this chart. Throws to his right-hand side. Why? He's throwing with his body. Natural motion. Think softball, all right? Not throwing it against his body to the left. You look at the Bengals secondary, not that great. All right, it could give up yards and in a hurry. Flip this thing over. Justin Herbert, quite frankly, if they get out to a lead and run the football, he likely doesn't throw another pick. But where he could get into trouble is intermediate middle, because that's almost every quarterback, and deep left when you're throwing against your body, especially if you get flushed out. His game scripts here, all right, this is what you pay attention to, is the time of possession. They want it to be up. Run the foot. Just think Michigan last year. Run the football. Keep it away from Joe Burrow. Your best defense against Joe Burrow is your offense having the ball. Rush the ball, and then find a safe, deep shot. Justin Herbert can throw it deep. Do not think that he can't, but they keep it safe. They don't do it a ton unless they absolutely have to. So what does that mean? Running back, tight end usage, very, very high. But also think about this. Multiple running backs and multiple tight ends. They don't just run and throw to their number one running back and number one tight end. So if you're looking at props, the number 2 running back, the number 2 tight end, they get play time and a lot of it. And finally, offensive line, this is their game. If they're pulling guards, if they're pulling the center, if they're running A gap, B gap, and both C gaps around the end, it's trouble, because you're just never going to have the ball. 3 stars for Herbert to throw a pick.
If you think the no-fly zone is just about interceptions, you're not reading the screen. And as Better Days Ahead said, if you're not taking notes and formulating your bets with this knowledge, what are you doing? Mark, I agree with that. So with all of that knowledge, let's put up now the props screen from all of my guys. And we're going to start with interceptions. So guess what? I'm a horrible producer tonight. Producer, I'm making him look bad, and it's all on me. Producer man, you are correct. I am wrong. Let's compare the quarterbacks before we do the props. all this no commercial stuff is really throwing me off. Z, let me come over to you. These are all the numbers according to DraftKings, and we haven't seen a number like 269.5 for a quarterback, at least on primetime, in a minute. But the way he's been playing, but is this too high of a number playing against this Chargers defense?
Yeah, I do think it's a little bit too high. You know, I think it's a little bit too high because everyone sees what Joe Burrow's been doing so far this season, and you're like, oh, it's so juicy. Let's just go over the passing yards. 269.5 is a very big number.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as if Joe Burrow's not going to have a good game, but you could pass for 250, 255, 260, and you had a great game. So that's really what I expect from Joe Burrow tonight. So I like Burrow under 269.5 passing yards. And also, let's add to it, you know, the Chargers want to run the football.
We're not doing our props yet. We're just talking about the quarterbacks here.
No, I'm just saying the Chargers want to run the football. So that's going to mean, you know, Burrow, maybe he doesn't have the ball as much. All right. So I like Burrow under 269.5.
Can I just say that I never want to sweat a live Chiefs game again? I am all over the place right now, and I apologize to all 4 of you for how bad I am on tonight's show. Z-Man in particular, you right there. I will never ruin your flow again. I apologize. All right, let me come over to you, Seabass, because if I'm looking at anything on either one of these, it's got to be attempts. The Bengals have punted on the ground, at least lately, and it's just chuck, 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 and they might be behind tonight. What do you think? Twice?
I'm unmuted. I was unmuting. It's a delay.
There's a delay in you pressing the unmute button. That's a delay.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it again. So yes, anyway, where we were going, I think Joe Burrow's gonna be chucking it all over the place tonight. I'm not as sold on that Chargers defense as everybody else seems to be. They look good, they've played well, but I don't know that they've really played anybody that has a passing offense like the Cincinnati Bengals do tonight. If I'm looking at anything tonight, I mean, I've got to play on Herbert later. We'll talk about that. But I also like Joe Burrow over that longest pass at 36.5. They got 2 guys that can stretch the field. So I like that one.
Yeah, Jamar Chase, we'll look at him in just a little bit. 11 for 264, and he had a 70-yarder last week to Seabass's point. Big Tommy, let me come over to you because right now that's 36.5. The way the Chargers are playing, I might go to the under in that. Talk me out of it.
Yeah, I think it's going to go over, Coach, quite frankly, because, the Bengals, the run game is good, but I think they need to score a lot of points tonight. And, Harbaugh and the boys there want to eat the clock so Burrow doesn't get the ball. And when Burrow gets the ball and him and Chase, they are laser focused now. And with Higgins back tonight, that's just another target, folks.
All right, keep your eye on right now, even though the Chiefs game is over, according to a lot of you in the chat, and I agree with you, there is still very much alive the +2.5 and also the Chiefs in a teaser as well. 4th and 13, flag on the Chiefs, minute 14 to go. We keep that up. All right, now, as the guys have said, we still have a bunch of props to get to because we've had a good day, but I want to have a better day. It's time to prop it up. All right, we've already seen the fly zone. So, AB, I'm going to start with you, big boy, because you think Joe Burrow at least once tonight throws it to a guy in another uniform.
I do, Coach. We're going to take Joe Burrow here to throw a pick because there's just a higher likelihood that he's playing from behind. And quite frankly, even if they're ahead, you can't stop because it's the defense they can't trust and not the offense. We're going to take Joe Burrow here to throw an interception. Now, we're also going to take Joe Burrow, his longest rush, over 7.5 yards at +100. All right. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket. And I don't want to play quantity, right? I want to be able to hit props in one shot because I'm telling you, this game is going to get weird as hell in spots tonight. Very weird for both teams. They're also going to have problems on the Chargers side as well. So I want to take it and hit shots in one bet. So I want to take Burrow, longest rush over 7.5 yards. I also want to take T. Higgins, longest reception over 20.5 yards, because what you're going to see is a lot of motion on the line of scrimmage from the Bengals, and they'll actually run Jamar Chase 9 route and then run T. Higgins below it, the same route, and cut it off and make you make a damn decision on who you're going to pick up. And whichever one you don't, Burrow's good enough to hit it. And a lot of times they'll pick up Chase and let Higgins run wild, man. So we'll play.
I love this play, AB, because they really missed him with that injury. And I think having him back tonight is going to do a lot. And I don't think a lot of people are looking at Higgins tonight as a person to play. So I love that you did that. Real quick, it is over. Patrick Mahomes, I don't know what the odds were, AB, to throw 2 interceptions today, but he ended the game trying to get one long downfield, another interception by the Bills. So 30-21, teaser doesn't hit. Bills cover, and there are no longer any more undefeated teams in the National Football League. So as mentioned in the chat, the 72 Dolphins, Z-Man, are popping again with the ones that are still alive.
Yeah, and I think what's most interesting is the top of the AFC is now officially a big-time dogfight. I mean, based on what Pittsburgh did earlier today, Kansas City, they started the year 9-0. They are not even close to a shoo-in for that top seed. And, of course, only one seed gets the very important bye. So you got to have a conversation about Kansas City, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh when we're talking about trying to get that number 1 overall spot in the AFC.
And that's what I was so worried about, Z. I really was. I was like, man, if we could win today, then we're going to have a 2 and 3 game lead now. And we do play the Steelers second to last week of the season in Pittsburgh. So those two teams will meet. So it's going to be exciting the last 7 weeks of the season. So, Z, since we're on you right now, you've got a nice little 4-leg parlay tonight. Yeah. Bring it to me.
Now, look, I'm using a bunch of alternate lines because that's how I roll. All right, I'm trying to make money here. We don't care about hurt feelings. So I'm using a bunch of alternate lines this evening. And you may look at it and say, all right, wow, you got 4 legs to it. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts, all right? I'm trying to make some money here. So J.K. Dobbins, 40-plus rushing yards, check mark. Joe Burrow, 225-plus. I told you, I don't like over 269.5. 225 is well below that. Check mark. Ladd McConkey, 40-plus receiving yards, check mark. Chase Brown, 50+ receiving. Actually, I think it's Jamar Chase. That's my fault. Producer man was right because that's obviously not a real thing. Chase Brown, 50+ receiving yards. I wrote it down wrong. It's Jamar Chase. So everybody, please take note. That is on me. That is not producer man. Jamar Chase, 50+ receiving yards. You put all those four together, and we're talking plus 160. Cash it.
I can already see the email from producer man scolding all of us with my name right at the top of that damn email right now. And by the way, who's ever making fun of this hat, they're saying it's a Cracker Barrel hat. That hurts. It is a hat of a 2-time Cy Young Award winner, a World Series champion who fights cancer every single day. Brett Saberhagen saves wings, and you're making fun of this hat? Oh, no. I will not have the blasphemy. Although it kind of does look like a Cracker
Hey,
Barrel.
Coach. Well, that's you know what? I'm with it. I fight fried apples. All right, Cracker Barrel. That's what I fight. That little T game. All right, with the triangle where you put the golf tee.
Oh, you always play
Try
that.
and leave one.
Yeah,
you
you
gotta
your
leave one.
Ramos.
Oh my God. It was Cracker Barrel. It was Waffle House. And I always just say, nobody believed me that at midnight, there's only a couple places that you can get real food. And we know where the other place is if you want a steak. We've all been there. All right. Big Tommy. As
Yes.
Z-Man was as Z-Man inspired you, you're also using alternate lines, but you wanted some plus money today. So you have two names and you took them up. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, I'll start with J.K. Dobbins. I think I can't name anybody on this Cincinnati defense besides Trey Henderson. So they're like Swiss cheese. This is an easy layup for Dobbins. They're going to establish the run. They're going to want to run because they want to eat the clock and keep the ball away from the Cincinnati Bengals. Chase Brown, I think Burrow wants to establish the run a little bit. He's a good in-and-out runner. He got some nice cuts to establish the pass with Higgins back, Chase, and our tight end, Gillespie. So that's why I took this. And, yes, you could find these alternates on DraftKings.
Look at my man Tommy from night one to tonight, telling us where you get the plays. Oh man, he's becoming a legend.
A good AB
for our very
Yeah, you nailed it, baby. Nailed it.
boom. By the way, Big Tommy will start on DirecTV the first week of December. Behind the Turnbuckle joins DTL all over DirecTV. Who would have known 7 months ago, Tommy? Who would have known?
No,
right.
Not me. I was home eating devil dogs.
Don't get AB started. Do not get AB started.
Do it.
By the way, shout out to the live number tonight. Are you kidding me? Right, this might be the highest watch show we've ever had, maybe in the history of the show. So thank you guys very much. Now I'm a little bit scared to come to the final person on the screen. I want to give him plenty of time to get the button hit so he knows that when you're a five. Okay, are we ready now? Seabass. 2 props. I'm coming over to you right now to get off mute. Go.
I just stopped putting myself on mute, Coach. You're going to get everything in the background because, well, we'll talk about it later. But anyway, yeah, I got 2 props tonight. Chase Brown, under 15.5 rush attempts. They don't run the ball. Joe Burrow is throwing the ball all night long. He's gone under this number in 19 of his last 20 games. Where is he going to get 16 rushes tonight? I just don't see it. And then my other prop bet, Justin Herbert, under 22.5 completions tonight. Again, 9 of his last 10, under 15 of his last 20. They're going to need to keep the Bengals offense off the field tonight, so they're going to want to eat up the clock. I just don't see him completing that many passes tonight.
Which that should run simpatico with the J.K. Dobbins play tonight for Tommy. If that's going to have those things too, they work together. My guys don't even talk to each other. You just got to pay attention to the knowledge. Little synergy. Now, I get it. There's a lot of plays on here. Maybe you don't want to play. We get that. But there are other numbers maybe that you aren't aware of that my guys can educate and entertain you on. Let's go ahead and look at the running backs a little bit deeper. Tommy's all over both guys, but here are the numbers according to DraftKings. And the way things are going right now, maybe we look at the 2+ touchdowns. Who knows? AB, let's start with you. Do you think either guy, with all due respect to what Tommy has going tonight, will get a lot of play and the attempts are kind of where my eyes are going?
Yeah, so first off, I want to give a shout out to Seabass there. Next time you zoom in on his picture, he did a great camouflage job hiding the Reese's Pieces with the orange hat right above his right shoulder. Look at that. Yeah, I saw that. I noticed that's a good job right there.
That's the Angel Reese Puffs, man.
Oh my God. Oh my
Great
God. Thank you for
job.
pointing that out,
I
AB.
noticed that logo anywhere. All right, now, speaking of running backs here, all right, what I like is J.K. Dobbins' longest rush. All right, again, my play tonight is going to be all over hitting bets once, right? Not having to go quantity, not having to get a bunch because you got a lot of running backs on both sides. Time of possession could get weird. I want to find shots where I could just in, out, get it, and go. Longest rush, 13.5, J.K. Dobbins. I like it.
I love that approach. Z, let me come over to you because we've seen the way the Bengals play. They give up a lot of big plays. Maybe that's what we need to kind of lean into, especially when we're talking about on the ground when they play so deep in the defensive backfield. There's a lot of space at the line of scrimmage and up to about 10 or 15 yards.
Yeah, like a lot of, I mean, what don't I like on J.K. Dobbins' side? You can't have any faith in this Bengals defense. I like J.K. Dobbins' rushing yards. I like J.K. Dobbins' longest rush. I like J.K. Dobbins' anytime touchdown. Am I about to tell you that I also like 2+ touchdowns? No, I'm not getting that crazy. I'm sorry. I blacked out for a second. I got a little too excited, all right? I'm not about to go 2+ touchdowns, but everything else I'm in on for J.K. Dobbins.
Oh, my God. How much do I love Z-Man being part of the crew? God, you cracked me up. Seabass, let me come over to you because I love the fact that we dive into both the receivers and the rushers because I never know where your mind's gonna look. Do you see anything else on this screen that you like?
Yeah, no throwing darts tonight, Coach. I think I've got this one locked in. Chase Brown, I already gave out. But because I do believe the Chargers need to control the clock, they need to control the game, control the line of scrimmage, I like J.K. Dobbins and over his attempts at 12.5.
All right, very good. Tommy, I'm not coming to you because I already know what you like. I don't want to waste the time on the show.
Right.
I will say this, that Seabass, everybody in the chat is asking about Stadium Eats, and I should say that you've been kind of busy with a newborn at home. So not a lot of time to record it, but is it coming back?
It is coming back. Coach, I actually had one lined up tonight. The Chargers in LA. This one was strictly for AB because you know what comes from LA where it originated, Taco Bell. I had a Cool Ranch, Crunch Wrap Supreme lined up, but I couldn't get 20 minutes to cook some ground beef and wrap it in a tortilla. Kid won't let me do anything but feed him and walk him around. I was ready, but as soon as I get 5 minutes, guys, they're coming back, I promise.
Seabass, do you know how far from my house where I'm sitting right now the Taco Bell headquarters is?
5 minutes.
We call that God's country.
AB, I had you ready to go. I was ready, man, but I just couldn't get it. The ingredients are in the refrigerator still.
You're a busy man, bro. You're a busy man. I get it.
I'm quitting my job just to do Stadium Eats.
I thought sure you were going to say taco food truck. That's what I thought you were going to say.
No.
That's big in LA.
DC has too many rules and regulations for food trucks, man. You have a lottery and it's a mess. I thought about it. Yeah.
Big Cheesy says, Coach even name drops fast food. Hey, I am who I am, Big Cheesy. I am who I am. Let's flip it over to the wide receivers tonight. And AB, let me come right back to you because it's a little bit of a mismatch if you're talking about name value. But Jamar Chase is coming off an 11-catch, 264-yard game against the Ravens. They've had 10 days off, and he is now playing for a new contract. He wants the bag. I like all of his props tonight. What about you?
Look, Jamar Chase is a stud, and I'm with you. Love everything he does. But the white boy, Ladd McConkey, is ready to go. And his Georgia Bulldogs ran all over my Vols last night. I've seen Ladd McConkey for year after year after year. Don't sleep on the kid. I love receptions over 4.5, and I love his longest reception over 21.5. But honestly, man, anytime TD plus 180, it's a really good number right there.
Boy, he kind of has become kind of the Puka Nacua of the other team that shares the same stadium as the Rams. Z, let me come over to you because I had all of Jamar Chase's number in their last game. I don't know why I didn't play him tonight. I have no idea. I think what scared me a little bit was the Chargers defense and time of possession. But Burrow is going to go to him early and often. Anything here that you would play?
Yeah, I'm with AB. I'm on McConkey's side here with the anytime touchdown. I think plus 180 is a great value. You know, as the season goes on, it just seems like the rookie's getting better and better and more comfortable with his quarterback. So I like McConkey plus 180, and I could also do receptions over 4.5. You're seeing a lot of underneath stuff, slants. McConkey's good route runner, great at getting open over the middle. I already told you I like Chase, but I think those are good numbers there with McConkey, especially the anytime touchdown.
I think what we're seeing right now, because Z-Man, next level, has done it for years. AB, next level, has done it for years. And Seabass, when we go to a guy that maybe the books are sleeping on a little bit, they're a little bit scared to make the number too high because then you can come in underneath. I feel that's where we're at with McConkey right now.
It's possible. I mean, I just don't know that. Again, if the Chargers are going to win this game, if they want to win, I think they need to control the clock. I don't think they're going to throw the ball that much. I'm actually on the other side. I think with T. Higgins back tonight, I like Jamar Chase under receptions. I think they want to get him involved early and lighten that load on Jamar Chase. I think it opens them up for later in the season as well.
Perhaps you've been changing too many diapers over there to predict an under with Jamar Chase at 6. He's going to get at least 9 tonight. At least 9 tonight. All right, here's what I'll do, because I know you got to buy diapers. If he goes under for you, then I will, because we've done it through DTL, but I'm going to do it through my own name. I don't want any more blasphemy that I don't send out these memberships. But AB, tomorrow on the show, I'm going to give out one if it goes under the 6.5. If it goes over, heel coach is back, damn it. Now, Big Tommy,
lock it in.
Let me come over to you. You damn right. It's going to be like 9 for $150 tonight. Tommy, tell him I'm your partner every day. Tell Seabass. Tell him.
You're the man, Coach. You're the man, brother.
I was kind of hoping for like some analysis behind it, but
confident.
I was like, all right, you're the man because Jamar.
Well, no, I'm with Jamar Chase all the way. He leads the league in receptions, 66, receiving yards, 981, 10 touchdowns. Give me Jamar Chase every day of the week, over receptions. He'll even go longest receiving yards. This dude is a stud, and he is on the same page with Burrow, and they're going to light it up tonight.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I thought Coach was going to say he would buy the diapers. Shout out to Phil. That's funny in the chat. That's funny. Send Seabass a whole box of Pampers, I think is what it's been a long time since I had to buy diapers.
Randall Mims thought you said you're going to buy one diaper.
Wait,
that would be hilarious. Shows up in one of those little.
Hey, here you go, pal.
I'm on 8 already today. 8 since.
So am I. Oh wait.
Oh my God, I love this show. Oh my God. By the way, I'll say it one more time. The live number tonight is just amazing. It's the highest we've ever had. So thanks to all of you, wherever you watch us, on demand. We're a live damn show. I mean, in the chat, social media, whatever it is. Thank you all very, very much. Now, here on the Primetime Show, I'm feeling generous. Sean says, love this show. It's got me in tears. Thank you, Sean. Since I'm feeling generous, we're going to go very quickly, and I do mean quickly before we get down to serious business, because a lot of you, because I'm looking at the number, weren't here at 7 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to rip through all of our plays, one nugget, 10 seconds or less. Producer man, I know we're going to do this one right. AB, start us off.
All right, we're going to have a little turnover fun here, all right? Speaking of apple turnovers at Arby's, the cherry ones are good too. Bengals, Chargers, over 2.5 turnovers. Let's go.
They all came to see Coach take that hat off. And I did it live. I just didn't make a big point of it because it really hurt my heart. Tommy, you like the Bengals right now. It's at +1. Talk to me.
I love them. Higgins is back. Chase, Burrow. That's all you need to know, folks, right then and there.
Because he's been there. He knows it.
Yep.
Z-Man, you like the Bengals? Give me a little tease.
Yeah, I like the Bengals, but I'm a little bit of a sissy, so that's why I did a teaser. So Bengals +7. And also, let's go with the game total over 42.5, standard 6-point teaser.
That is a lock with that 42.5. We're going to go north of 50 again. Seabass, you like the first 30 minutes for Cincinnati tonight?
While AB likes to get his picks in on one play, we'll take the whole first half. But yeah, I like the Bengals over 10.5 points here. I think their offense really shows out tonight.
All right, and we flip over. Thank you very much, producer man. AB, 3 big ones. Let's go.
Seabass, that scared me when you paused right after AB likes to get his, and then we just stopped. I didn't know where we were going on that one, but I know where Joe Burrow's going, and he's throwing it to the Chargers. Take a pick there. He's also going to hit his longest rush over 7.5 yards, and T. Higgins, longest reception over 20.5 yards.
You guys are killing me tonight. You really are. Big Tommy, we're going some alt lines tonight. Both guys on the ground going to have big nights, according to you. Why?
I think they really need to establish the run to keep Joe Burrow off the field. So J.K. Dobbins is going to get that ball a lot tonight, and he's going to go for 60 more because the Bengals defense is Swiss cheese. Chase Brown, I think Burrow wants to establish a run a little bit because they know he's going to throw a lot tonight, but they need to get Chase Brown involved in that offense to open up the passing game.
Are you sure it's the passing game, Tommy?
The passing game.
There you go. Shout out to Winning Ugly. He says, thank you, coach and crew. Thank you to you, Winning Ugly. That's what a lot of our teams did today. All right, Seabass, 2 big plays. Bring it.
We're going to go Chase Brown, under 15.5 rush attempts. Joe Burrow has just been throwing the ball all over the field. Potential MVP candidate. The guy is on fire, so we're not using the running back in Cincinnati. On the other side, to keep Joe Burrow off the field, they'll probably be running the ball quite a bit, and I don't see Justin Herbert going over 23 completion. So we'll take him on the under 22.5 tonight.
Z-Man, bring us home.
I got action all over the board here. I can't take my eyes off the television, all right? We're doing a 4-leg parlay. J.K. Dobbins, 40-plus rush yards. Check mark. Joe Burrow, 225-plus pass yards. Check mark. Ladd McConkey, 40-plus receiving yards. Check mark. Jamar Chase, 50-plus receiving yards. Check mark. That's a 4-leg parlay plus 160. Got to pay the mortgage this month somehow. Bring it home.
Shout out to producer man for getting that changed in the last 20 minutes. How about that? How about that? AB, we've got something that's a little bit close to home in the chat for you, I think. Matt, he's got to roll before we do the gym. He says, I got to go jump my stepson's car. Catch you guys the next time.
Yeah, do you need me to go get Randall? All right.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, we just need 48 to break an all-time.
I'll tell you what, right now, everyone, I'll say this. I have never asked you for $1. I never will. I'll never ask you for anything. Maybe a hit off your Bob Blast if we're at Taco Bell. But pull the screen down and hit the like button. Please. That's the only thing I'll ever ask you for. But right now, absolutely right now, hit the like button. I'll never ask you for a single thing ever again.
We have a chance to really, really get big tonight. It's amazing, and it fills our hearts in all sincerity because we're trying to build this thing, and it's not the easiest thing to do. Like a lot of other brands are falling off. Not us. We're still getting ramped up. We're just getting started, and that live number tells us we're doing a lot of the right things. Now, I got 4 of my absolute very best, 4 of my favorites. But when we get to this part of primetime, there are no friends. There is nothing that I like. In Japan, if you're going to make fun of your boy and say 0 for 32, get it right. I think it's more like 0 for 37. But tonight's going to be my night. So, producer man, I need to see the screen because I know we've got guys on the show tonight with diamonds. Oh, my God. It drives me absolutely insane. But, AB, you're the OG. You're the first one to get in. DG has 2. But he's not here tonight, so you get to go first. Who do you like?
Yep. So you know what? This is apparently just going to be the weekend of Georgia kicking my teeth in. So we're going to take Ladd McConkey. And you know what? When adversity comes in life, you just go with it sometimes, and that's all you can do. So big Ladd, look, dogs on top. Oh my God.
Oh, my God. I love this so much. All right. Dan says, I'm with Seabass. Seabass, who are you with?
I'm with T. Higgins. I like AB's play with T. Higgins. Longest reception over 20.5. It's going to be for a touchdown. Get him involved early. Welcome back to the team, T. We're getting back in the club. I'm already ready to go.
Damn it. Chicago Pat says, shine like a diamond. And by the way, AB, Tina, she really knows how to flex. All she put in the chat was just diamonds.
Oof.
That's it.
She could put in the deed to the building. She owns it.
She's the best at this game. She's literally the best at this game. She stands there and looks down on the street and sees me and Z and Big Tommy and just laughs at us. Just laugh, not producer man, because he's saving the show, but he laughs at the rest of us. All right, Z, I got a lot of respect for you tonight. You've made me laugh more than anybody, so I'm going to let you go next. You're up.
All right, I am not yet in the club. Everybody knows that, and I'm not going to pussyfoot around here. You go big or go home. I'm going with Bengals wide receiver Andre Yosevas. I don't care if I'm saying his name right or not. All I care is get the ball into the end zone before somebody else does. Plus 2,500. See you boys in the club.
Little Al says, I'm riding with Zaslow tonight. So you and Little Al tonight, Z. You and Little Al.
That's my guy.
All right, 3 down, 3 to go.
Little
Big Tommy,
Al.
do not look at me like that because I know what you're thinking right now. And I'll be honest with you. Normally, you don't beat me to the punch. Today, you did. You're up.
Here's the big swerve, as we say in the wrestling business, Coach. Everybody thinks Higgins is going to score. Zamar Chase is going to score the first touchdown. No, Mike Gesicki, the tight end, first touchdown, and I'm going to be in the club before you.
We know that historically, Tommy, you spent a lot of nights in the clubs over the years. When me and Tommy used to go on the road to Monday Night Raw, he said, Coach, 11:06, we're headed to the club every single week. It always happened. It always happened. All right, I'm taking it a step further, Tommy. I don't like to make it easy and go with the starting tight end. I like to go with a backup, Tanner Hudson, who last week, if you look at the box score, 6 for over 45 yards, I believe was the number. It gets a little, but I know he's going to score a touchdown. And I know that Joe Burrow looks for him. So I'm just hoping that Tanner Hudson tonight gets into the game early, just not in the second half. I need it to happen early. And then producer man, he's all over Khalil Herbert tonight, which is not Justin Herbert as well. And trust and believe, it is really bothering Mr. Producer Man that he does not have a diamond in his name. All right, we like to end every single show with a 15 or 20-second final take, as we are about 30 minutes before game time. So, Z, I'm going to come over to you. Final take as we head into Sunday Night Football.
I think you got a great one tonight. You know, there's obviously AFC playoff implications alive. And for a weekend where we were talking about Ravens Steelers and we were talking about Chiefs Bills and heck, even Thursday Night Football, Commanders Eagles, big time showdown. I really think tonight has an opportunity to be as good as any of those. Great football tonight.
I absolutely agree. Seabass, coming to you. Your final take.
I'm with Z-Man as well. We've had some sleeper games in primetime time slots, but I think we see a good game here tonight. I'd like Joe Burrow to throw that ball all over the field tonight, but I like the Chargers defense. While everyone thinks they're really great, I think they're still pretty good. I think it's going to be a tough battle tonight, but I'm still going to like the Bengals.
Wow, maybe that's what your mind is telling you. Who knows? All right, let's come up to Big Tommy C. Your final take.
I'm with the Bengals tonight, but the problem with the Bengals is their defense. On third down, they're 29th ranked, and in the red zone, they are 31st. So the Chargers will stay in this game. This game is going to be a big-time scoring game between these both teams.
Boom and boom. AB, my 5-tool player. You're up.
Coach, if you want to find a fun bet that nobody's looking at, Justin Herbert rush attempts over 3.5.
Very interesting.
I love
Short
that.
and
Couldn't
to
do
the
it.
point. Over 3.5 rush attempts. Boom and boom. Gentlemen, do you guys feel that? This is what it feels like to make history. This is what it feels like to do something that nobody else in the history of DTL has ever done. What AB just did just took us way to a number that we've never had live before. So thank you to everybody at home, and thank you to all of you. Now let's have a damn game tonight. Producer man, thank you for that one shot. It's now time for you to go out into the world, for you to pay it forward, for you to be honest with each other. It's the only way that this thing can work. And understand this. Saves Wings, shout out to you. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know. Goodbye. What the You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these Sunday Night Football tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, damn it, do I love them all. My man Z from South Florida, the only 5-star chef in the game, Seabass. Oh, and I love me some Big Tommy C from the Northeast, and of course from Nashville, Tennessee. My partner AB and producer man always behind the scenes as we drive him insane. I am simply the coach. trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. Let's get in that damn club tonight is what we're all about every single day, even in prime time. Good luck.